Actually, no, we're not. Okay, let's check this. Nation is still a democracy. Well, shit. Okay. We're doing a bunch of research. I wish that I could get those tanks to be researched a little bit quicker, but it doesn't look like that's going to be in the cards. Let's assign these tanks again. I'm actually going to assume direct control of saving France in World War II by basically, if I put enough armor on this border with the French divisions backing me, I can push Germany into Belgium. France will assume direct control of Belgium, and then I will push them further north into Amsterdam. France will assume direct control of these territories, bringing France on the same economic tier as Nazi Germany. So that if France holds those for about a year, basically all will go much better. So we will assign our fighters into Glasgow. I don't 100% know how to say it. I apologize. So, my bad, as we Americans will say. Okay, some research just got finished. Lee Enfield Arsenal. What were they researching? Naval doctrines, indirect approach. I'll give that to, I think, Deadly Pound after this. Our infantry is not going to be our, uber ultra focus. It's going to be way more on our tanks and our mechanized units. The only thing that I'm going to be using infantry for is probably going to be our surprise in this LP. I have a nice surprise planned out for the Germans. Unfortunately, no, that's intelligence. Intelligence is almost useless in this game. Where is it? Industrial. Unfortunately, nuclear power takes up until 1944, so basically if I wanted nukes, I'd have to start like right now and dedicate a ridiculous, like literally 20% of my research to only that for a very long time. So it's not really worth investing a super heavy amount of research into it, because after you get nukes, you only get so many nukes every, I think it's 180 days. Like, you get one every 180 days. And when you fire a nuke at a city, it obviously, it destroys everything in the city. But, in destroying everything in that city, it makes taking, like, the enemy capital completely pointless, because I mean, there's nothing left in it, but you have to take their capital anyway if you want to capture all of their territory. So basically, you hurt yourself, and firing nukes at the enemy, it's definitely not a, all game-winning strategy. It almost hurts you more than it hurts them. Unless you know that you're never going to take their territories. Like, if Japan makes a concerted effort to stay in Japan in a only what's the thing I'm looking for? Like, if they build like tier 10 land forts all the way around Tokyo and all of the potential landing beaches, I mean, then you'd have to look at at nukes as a potential alternative, but even at that point, it's really not even worth it. I mean, you can stack enough. You can stack plenty of battleships and then order all the battleships to fire and land like 9 troops at a time, and that'll overrun almost any amount of sea forts, especially if Japan literally owns only Japan. So, I mean, there's some things that are just, completely pointless. Burp. Ooh, that was a surprising burp. I was not expecting that. That one snuck right up on me. So I got my electric bill today, and I was fucking pissed. Like, I didn't do anything different this entire month, and it was 3 times as much as it was last month. Because last month, I don't know what I fucking did, but it was $22. Like, literally, my electric bill was $22, and then I got it this month, and it was like 60. I didn't do anything different, so I have no idea what made it triple. I didn't have any extra fans going. I didn't change my heat. I didn't do anything, and like it was just ridiculous. So, okay. Anthony Eden and Neville Chamberlain. Sir Anthony Eden played an important role in British politics during the 20th century. He was Under Secretary for Foreign Affairs in the national government of Ramsay MacDonald in blah blah blah, and when Stanley Baldwin became Prime Minister, Eden took the important post and was Foreign Secretary. Some years later, Baldwin was replaced by pacifist Neville Chamberlain. Eden disagreed with Chamberlain's way of dealing with aggressive Nazi policy on the mainland. Amongst other things, Chamberlain let the Anschluss of Austria pass uncontested, and was more or less disgraced by Hitler during the Munich conference. Disappointed, he resigned in 1938, only to return to his former cabinet under Winston Churchill in 1940. In 1955, he would be elected as the United Kingdom's Prime Minister. So that changes like one thing. Okay. Lord Halifax, take over. I read all that, and that's all that does? I feel cheated. Okay. Tanks. Basically, if I build three tanks at a time until 1940, I should have enough armor on the border to stop the Nazi Germans. Ideally, especially with this Blitzkrieg doctrine that I'm researching right now. Okay. Let's go ahead and get these units here transferred over. Okay. Move them. And there we go. We'll put these units into Portsmouth. Okay. Glasgow. I have no idea if I'm actually killing that name, so I apologize if I am. Okay, the game is auto-saving. Pause. I think we have... Nope, we don't. I do want these Supermarine Spitfires ready as soon as possible, because as soon as the Germans fly in, I want to send in Spitfires to strafe ground targets and to shoot down the Bf 109s that will no doubt be meeting us in the air. So, all right, that's another fighter squadron. Okay, put them in Glasgow. One of the biggest downsides of fighters is that if they get caught on the ground in a sea landing, basically, they will be immediately destroyed. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. They will be destroyed. Okay, so let's do this. Okay, we have a tech tree that was just finished. That one was finished too. Okay, we'll work on getting the industrial stuff worked on here. Okay, air doctrine. We're not working on any air doctrines. That's a problem. He needs to be working on air doctrines now! Okay, they're working on the delay doctrine with the Nazis, or the Nazis. What does it say? It looks like a caliber and then says Adolf. That's pretty funny. Wow. Okay, so let's do that. I believe we can switch our sliders here again. Let's move towards authoritarian again, because we want to be large and in charge Britain. Okay, those tanks are coming along nicely. Germany does another belligerent action. They just took over Austria. So I'm going to try to pull a fast one. The Czech Republic cannot join us because their isolationism is too high. Poland, I want you in our military alliance. I really, 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 really do. China, China, how feel you? They don't love us. They do not love us at all. They love us a little bit more now. Okay, I want to. Does the Soviet Union have? Okay, they have a bunch of non-aggression pacts. Military alliance with Mongolia, Tanutuva, guaranteeing the independence of France, Turkey, Switzerland, Bulgaria. Okay, complicated, isn't it? Okay, let's try to bring Romania to our alliance. They say no. Let's bring Bulgaria in. I bet they're going to say no too. Yeah. Let's try for Yugoslavia. Nope, they're going to say no as well. You know what? You know what? Italy. Okay, let's try to influence Italy, because if we can steal Italy away from the Axis powers, that'll be phenomenal. Because then we'll have the Italian Navy as well as the Italian Air Force, which obviously was pretty bad, but still we'll still have more units there. Okay, let's just research night strikes here. Almost have medium tanks researched. I don't know why that's a picture of. It looks like a Panzer 4, Panzer 3. Can't. I'm not 100% on that, but let's Leyland. We need you guys to not really medium tanks yet. Let's have them research improved carriers. Let's put Wayland and Wolf. The illustrious class will now be available to us. France is giving us basic infantry divisions. Fortunately for them, we're not building those. Okay. Place out these tanks. Okay, it's almost time for us to research additional fighters. Fighters are placed. There we go. Why can we not rebase you in France? Okay. Rebase you in Plymouth. Okay. Why will they not let us use their air bases? France, you do want to, survive, don't you? Let us provide fighter support. You know you want fighter support, France. Alright. Naval doctrines. Naval doctrines are sufficient. Let's actually go for the improved destroyers. The A class will be obsolete, and we will have the battle class destroyer. That's acceptable to me. Merge these units here. General Hobart. Let's look for. We're just gonna give it to Brooke and Popham because he is a logistics wizard and he causes the tanks to use up less oil, which is good for us. Okay. The 100th Armored Division. I was not aware that the British made over 100 armored divisions, but